Good morning, everyone. I'm SEU's Chief of Staff Michael Steiner, and you're watching SEU Now, our weekly update show where we keep you informed and educated on everything happening at SEU. Welcome to our Christmas special. Yes, I am not Kent or Bethany. We brought in the big guns for Christmas today. Today we'll talk about all the fun and festive traditions that come along with this holiday season. Here to share with us and reminisce on some of our favorite Christmas memories, we have our Executive Vice President, Dr. Chris Owen.
Good morning.
Our Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Meghan Griffin, and our Associate Vice President of Community Relationships, Sylvia Blackmon-Roberts. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
good to
you.
be here.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, before we dive into the festivities, I want to give you just a couple quick updates on the top 3 things you need to know this week at SEU. This Friday, December 3rd, marks the last day of classes for the fall semester.
Come on, Jesus.
Fall. No, bummer.
Yay.
Then we go into finals. In case you didn't know, next week is finals. Just in case you're watching this for the first time, next week is finals. Monday, December 6th, and continues through December 9th, Thursday. I think it's crazy to think the fall semester has just flown by already. Wow, I wouldn't have wrote that in the script, but that's where it is. Okay, so we love it. Finish strong. You guys can do this. You can get your finals done.
You can make it.
You can make it.
Finish strong.
You got it, guys. You got it. Finish strong. So this Saturday, December 4th, both our men's and women's basketball team will be taking on Warner on the home court in the Furnace.
Let's go.
Warner in the Furnace.
Rival.
Yep, take them down. We can't let that happen. Can't let them walk out
That's
unscathed.
right. That's
Women
right.
play at 5 p.m. Men play at 7 p.m. Head out to the Furnace this Saturday. Come cheer us on. Cheer on the fire. SU, don't forget your ID cards for free admission. Admission is also free for staff and faculty with one guest with an SU card. Can't wait to see you guys there. Cheer on our men's and women's team. This Friday and Saturday, December 3rd and 4th, the College of Arts and Media will be holding their annual Christmas concert, 7:30. I love Christmas carols.
Yes.
Love singing it. This is the best time of year. I mean, this is so fun. I love watching the students kind of go in on this. And so general admission is $10 and student admission is $5 for the event. Come on out. Bring your holiday spirit. Bring those sweaters. Bring those PJs. Bring
Let's
whatever
go.
you need to celebrate this season. It'll be a night you don't want to miss. So
Now's your
let's dive in.
No. Hold on.
Whoa.
Is Saturday not Silent Night? The basketball game.
It should be.
It's
It's not.
silent.
It doesn't say it is in my
Well,
script.
I'm just going to tell you right now, rumor on the street, I could be blowing this whole thing
There you go.
up. I don't have it in writing, but I'm pretty positive this is
think you're
the
right.
Silent Night game. If you're going to make one basketball game the entire season, this is it.
It's
right?
the time of year for Silent Night, so it should be.
It should be.
It should be. So even if it's not, you will find out whether or not this is Silent Night. Come out there ready to do our thing. If you don't know what Silent Night is, Chris, fill us in on what Silent
Oh
Night
my gosh,
is.
the place is absolutely quiet until we hit the first 10 points, and then the place erupts. It is electric. It is my favorite basketball game of the year. And while we're on athletics still, because I wouldn't let us go by, I believe there's a wrestling meet Friday night.
Yes.
7 o'clock. We
And
got 3-time state champion high school matches going on before. Lake Gibson and Venice, I think, is who they're going against. And then we've got Kaiser hosting here.
Yes.
And that's going to be a great time. Join me. I'll be there, as always, on the front row.
And this is a conference match, right?
Yes.
This is a big one.
It's a big deal.
This is a big one.
It's a big deal.
And we love crushing Kaiser too. Kaiser and Warner are my favorite people we play every single
It
time.
warms my heart.
Every
Nothing
single-
says Christmas like it's just a dominant victory.
Yes, men throwing men on the
perfect.
mat. Oh, God.
And now to return to, we're going to dive in.
We're going to dive
Dive
in.
away.
Okay.
Dive
Dive
into
away.
Christmas.
No.
So there it is. There it is. So let's dive right in. What are you guys looking forward to the most this Christmas? Is anyone going somewhere exciting or fun this year?
I'll go first. My
Okay.
whole family lives in Florida except for a couple, so we don't have to travel, which is great.
nice.
What I'm really looking forward to is I feel like just at Thanksgiving, it's really starting to feel like life past COVID. Like it feels like normal holidays again.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I cannot wait. Cannot wait for
Yep.
Christmas.
And see, it's the same for me. I'm staying home. So far, I have one sister coming to visit, trying to recruit a few more because I'm so ready to enjoy family.
Yeah.
That's all I can. My daughter's coming home. Son lives here, so we're looking forward to just family.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, we are. We'll be heading up north. So, as a native Floridian, my favorite thing to do during the Christmas time of year is to go somewhere cold, just to get a taste of it. Then we
Yes.
come back. I don't want to live in it, but just a little taste of it. So we'll probably be up north somewhere. Here's a bit of a controversial question: who puts up their Christmas tree right after Halloween?
No, I'm a negative.
no.
No.
I mean, not that early. I was
Thanksgiving
out of
weekend.
town the week before Thanksgiving this year, and I came home to Christmas done. Like the whole house was decked
Ah.
out, all the trees were up.
So that's
that was
right
a little
before
early
Thanksgiving.
for
Who
me. That was a
in
little
the
early.
world did you marry?
He's wonderful.
I'm
He
telling
handles
you.
it all.
I love this guy more and more I hear about
He's
him.
fantastic. They'll be dead by Christmas is what I'm worried about,
That-
but the
Nah,
house
just
is
keep
ready.
'em
That's a
watered.
yeah. You
When
keep
you
them
say
watered.
they, I'm picking here. How many, using Christmas is done, how many trees currently reside in your home?
There's 5
Yes.
like big trees, but then the kids each have one in their room. So
Wow.
there's 3 more. There's also a small one in every bathroom. That's a few more.
Wow.
So
Let's
You're
go.
literally
It's
in
a
a
lot of
winter
trees.
woodland wonderland right now.
It's done.
And
It's
And
a
that's
lot.
why you're at the table on the Christmas session.
Are you
Actually,
doing any tours?
really.
Are you doing any tours?
chores?
Tours.
Tours. Wow, you say that funny.
Polk County, y'all.
Tours.
Ride or die. Tours. You got any tours going on?
I will give you a tour.
All right.
However, okay.
I'd love that. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Yes, I am on. You got to hold the Christmas decorations till after Thanksgiving, but Christmas music is okay after Halloween. That's
Fair.
where my
That's
line
fair.
is.
I'll give into that.
Yep.
That's
I'll give
fair.
into that.
Yep.
Yes.
I can do that.
All right, so
I can do
everyone
that.
has their own traditions when it comes to the holidays. So I'd love for us to go around the table and talk about our favorite Christmas tradition. So apparently I'm starting, which is unfortunate because as we said at the beginning of the show, I grew up in a mixed cultural family. My mom is from Mexico. My dad is from Kansas. And so their compromise was to not have Christmas traditions and try something new every year. So every year was different. Some years there was a tree. Some years trees were of the devil, so we did a nativity scene. And then some
spirit
years we
moves,
had
man.
flan. Some years we had pecan pie. It was always a fun mixed bag.
Pure
And so
Christmas confusion.
It was it was awesome.
feel that.
That's been the main thing my wife has straightened out in my life in the 6 years we've been married. So there we go.
Well, as I was saying, I think that's actually an ideal marriage situation because you're a blank canvas and she
Yes.
can bring in all her family's traditions and there's no conflict with that.
No conflict. It's great.
So for us, I would say we do a big family Christmas Eve. It's always been at my grandparents' house. I took that over about 10 years ago. So I have 40, 50 people at my house on
Oh, so
Christmas
fun.
Eve. And then growing up, we never left home on Christmas. It was always an open house. And it would be some family that dropped in, and it would also be strangers I've never met before, whoever just needed a place to stop by. And so that tradition has continued too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well, I mean, my dad's in a construction business, and there would always be people in town who were here as laborers, and they didn't have a place to go.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Aw.
they just come to our house. So
on.
I'm so used to meeting people on Christmas.
See, it's the context that
There it
changes
is.
things.
Thank
You
you.
need more
More
context.
context,
More
Michael.
context.
Yes, you said strangers, and then people had no place to go for
Thank
Christmas.
you.
It
Thank
was
you
just
for helping
different.
me
Right.
clarify
Yes.
that.
Yes.
No, it's an open house,
I love
and we
it.
keep that up now.
And mine is very similar in terms of it's family, it's friends. We hang out. We start the week of Christmas. Anybody who want to drop in. Usually, I'm the person at church that if anybody don't have any place to go, so I have all the little old people,
Aw.
and
Yeah.
and I enjoy it. So I hate it. COVID came along, and kind of messed that up in terms of that. But it's really just family and friends. And we used to do a big Christmas party. We did that for about 20 years, but then it got to be labor. It just got got bigger and bigger and no fun, and so we went back to just hanging. So cooking is a big part of our tradition.
Yeah. Oh, ours too. Christmas breakfast.
Yeah.
That's a tradition.
Same.
The Christmas PJ thing. We talked about that.
Right.
Like I was ready for that to
I'm
go
gonna
years
get that
ago.
Christmas PJ.
My
thing. I'm
kids won't
gonna
let it
force
die.
This is
Yes.
the year.
No,
Go
they
ahead.
will not
Make
let
'em
it die.
happen.
After Thanksgiving, they're like, where are we going? We're going shopping? When are we getting the Christmas PJs?
PJs.
But the bigger thing is there's patience in the Owen clan is just not really abundant, right? I don't know, that's just shocking to the people who know me. So we had to put this tradition like whatever time you get up, you're okay without permission, without audience, go get your stocking.
Ah.
You can have it.
I
Get
like
after
that.
it.
Yep.
But you can't touch
Oh.
anything else because we want everybody else there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worked well for the Owen tribe.
That's good.
I would
That's
say
great.
I would say the other thing is that classic traditional. We're fortunate enough to still have got both fathers on both sides are still there, so they're typically with us at Christmas, one or the other, and having them read the Christmas story.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is
Wow,
just to
that's-
me kind of remembering and grounding and
Yeah.
centering. Hey, love all this other stuff. but to have
Here's what
that
we're here
voice
for.
of wisdom just kind of giving that story out. So much fun.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What, you know,
So we do stockings last. That's like shocking to me because you want to save it for the end, and there's
Yes.
always something big in there that you want to wait for. So for us,
see, I
those
just
go
got
last.
socks. I just got socks and underwear in my stockings. That's
And I was gonna
for
say
the whole
our,
year.
our stockings are just for decoration. We put nothing
Oh,
else.
No. My mom set the trend well. My mother had the stockings were they were about 2 feet wide and 3 feet tall. They were gigantic, and it had a little bit of everything. So
Wow.
sometimes there would be a big gift in there.
How
and then
big
other
were
times,
they? How big were they, Chris?
I'm just telling you, there's like 2 feet wide by 3 feet tall. They were huge.
I mean,
With your initials on it?
Full name,
full name.
Bro,
Got it.
you could do like the full proper name.
Wow.
These things were massive.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
fun. That's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, if a little is good, a lot was more. That
Always.
excessiveness came. I get that honest from my mother.
That's a great piece of it. And on that word, we're going to do a little speed round of questions. Is everybody ready? So this
Let's
is
go.
rapid fire.
Okay.
Bang, bang, bang.
All
Here it
right.
comes. All right. Megan, you're starting us off. Favorite Christmas song?
Ooh, Oh Holy Night. I sing this to my kids all the time. Like I put them to bed with this year round. But honestly, I know this is weird. My favorite Christmas song is Little Drummer Boy. If you hear it done well, I cry every time. That whole idea, this is supposed to be rapid round, wasn't it? I'm so sorry.
No. I have a follow-up. I have a follow-up to Little Drummer Boy, but continue with your context.
If you hear that done well, that's it. I'm done. If you hear that done well, it's so moving. The idea of just bringing what you have and worshiping with what you got, and it's enough. It's beautiful. It's my
good.
favorite.
Pentatonics or Justin Bieber?
I like both. I like
They both have their own place on my
They do.
Christmas playlist.
I agree.
Sylvia, what's the best gift you've ever received on Christmas? It's a speed round, but if you want to give me your best Christmas song too, that's fine.
Oh man. So best gift, probably when I was a little girl, and it was a teddy bear from my grandfather.
Aw.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's probably
awesome.
that.
That's awesome.
Do you still have the teddy bear?
I do not have mines, but I have my daughter's.
Oh,
there you go.
that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what.
So
So we, my mother-in-law kept all of my wife's toys, stuffed animals specifically, not the plastic stuff. And so this past Thanksgiving, they actually brought them all out, and my daughters loved it. Like
Oh,
they
that's
just
cool.
went right into them. They still play with them. They walk
man.
around with them stuff.
That's so
Yep.
sweet.
yeah.
Chris, favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, Christmas Vacation, hands down. That's an R.D.
It
Clark.
still hits.
No,
it's
every day.
still
Yeah.
funny.
No, no,
It
no.
is
I am
still
telling you,
funny.
And if I had
is.
taken a picture of the first turkey I ever tried to deep fry, because I deep fry one every year, there's a lot of similarity between mine and that one. On number one, we perfected it, but hands down, without a thought, that's the best one.
Oh, it's so good, so good. All right, last question. We'll go round robin on this one, so everyone gets this question.
Okay.
What is the best gift you've ever given to somebody? Who wants to popcorn first?
I've been thinking about this one, and this is the truth. The best gift I can give to people is my time, because our life is busy, and at Christmas time, everything else stops, and the family gets the full attention. They love it. I don't rush anybody. We don't leave the house. I'm not worried. Like, we are in the moment together as a family. That's the best thing I can give them.
Wow, I should have worked on this one. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm a pretty good gift giver. I'm
Yeah.
very intentional with my gifts. So every year they seem to be so happy with my gifts.
That's good.
So I really try to find something that I think would.
See, I don't
make
have
it-
that skill, which is why people have to appreciate the time. 'Cause I'm just not.
So I don't know one particular one. Maybe one year I gave a trip that we were all going out the country, so they all seemed to like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We had
Wow.
never.
Any openings in the
traveled
family
as-
for this coming season?
Well, everybody had not gone out the country before, so
Yeah.
that was entertaining enough to
Oh, okay.
take
There you go.
everybody
Yep.
out the country. So
Where'd you go?
we actually went to the Dominican.
Nice.
Nice.
So we didn't go very far. We didn't go very far, but in some people world that was like life changing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
I would say the greatest gift I've ever given.
Yeah.
Which was whatever our kids opened up that came from my wife that I acted surprised, like, oh man, that's a
Yes!
great gift. We thought a lot about that one.
Yes.
Molly makes me look like a king. She is the best of the best.
Oh.
So yeah, that's just full confession on SEU Now. There could be a number of gifts that I had never seen before in my life, and I'm like, you're welcome. You're welcome. A lot of thought from me, a lot of planning in that. Yeah.
People
I need
want
Molly's
presents.
help at my house.
People want presents.
Yes.
That's what they want. They want your
Yes.
presents while they're opening presents.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's all you have to do.
Yes.
That's all you have to put it together.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. That's it.
Love it, love it. Well, this is awesome. That concludes our speed round, I guess. So before we kind of wrap things up, there's one area of discussion we could not leave SU Now without talking about holiday food, Christmas food. It had to be its own section. We couldn't put it in there. So let's go around. What's your favorite thing that you cook or have as a family? I mean, what's that one dish? Whoever wants to go first.
Peanut butter pie. My grandmother had a recipe that it came down, and it is just, that and buttermilk pie. And it sounds disgusting when I say it.
I'm a buttermilk pie girl. Oh.
Yeah.
My mom would make me one just for myself. I'm just full confession, like an
That's a
entire
very
pie.
Southern pie.
Yes.
Right. It's almost like a pancake, right? Or like pancake flavors? No,
it's more like a custard.
Like a custard.
Type
I knew
pie.
we
Never
were
heard of
friends
it.
for a
There it
reason.
is.
Yeah.
Most people, when I say buttermilk, their nose turns up, and you
my
smiled.
Goodness. Oh man,
You know.
that brings back very old great memories.
Pure
Because
goodness.
that's what my grandmother would do.
See, pure goodness.
There it
So I'm a sweet potato. I mean, I would say for a family sweet potato pie, but I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm the weird one. I love fruitcake.
Yeah.
But nobody else in my family do, and they don't want to see it. They're not interested in it.
Well, then
and
you don't have to worry about hiding
You don't.
it.
You don't have to hide it. You do
Yeah.
not have to hide it.
Yeah.
It will be there from the beginning of Christmas to the end, unless I eat it all by myself.
There it is. That's awesome.
So we do a different food theme every year.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's different every time, food-wise. But one of the things we like to do is lasagna on Christmas Day, because like I said, people drop in all day. It's something you can kind of grab when you're ready.
Yeah.
We do a Christmas bake day every year, and one of the things that's always been on the list is called Gumdrop Cake, which all of us agree is really gross, but there's family members who love it, so we make it every year. So I enjoy making it.
It actually have gumdrops?
It does. It's got like this spicy
Okay,
flavor.
all right.
That face
All
is
right.
exactly how I feel about
All
it, but it is
right.
a tradition.
All right, I can get behind buttermilk.
That's
I don't know
right.
about gumdrop. Our family tradition, or I guess not. We don't really have it. But if there was one tradition we had, and it's always around food because my mom loves to cook. If you know my mom, she's an incredible Hispanic cook, and she makes this ceviche almost every single year.
Yes, please.
And it's this like really Hispanic. It's got all this different stuff on it. I know it sounds crazy ceviche on but we actually do a lot of seafood for Christmas. That's where we kind of go all in with like crab, fish, all the different stuff because that's kind of where my mom's from. So this ceviche is so good. But I've been
bring
taking
us some.
next time. Yep. I've been taking to the last couple of years. I don't make it for Christmas itself, but I make it for like the general week, kind of like you. You got to have something in the fridge
Yeah. 'Cause
between
you're
all
hosting
the
a lot,
big
yeah.
meals that you can just bust out for
Yes.
people. And so
Yes.
I will make a giant round of carnitas. So we'll get like a huge pork shoulder or Boston butt if you're familiar with
good.
it, and then crock pot it and make this whole. And literally, we eat off of it all week long. We're just literally pulling out, reheat it, making tacos, and so that's my our piece from there. So as we wrap up this last
has been
question,
great.
I know this
I'm
has been
so
great.
ready for the
Don't you feel
holidays.
I
so
know.
Christmas?
I'm gonna finish those lights. My inside the house tonight. I'm
And
gonna
the
be ready.
pajamas. You got to do the pajamas. Now's
Get it
your
back.
year. Yeah.
I can wear the pajamas. It's just those family people. I can't get them to cooperate.
Listen,
We're all counting on
I've got
them
them,
this year.
I've already got them at my house. I just need them to get in them.
yes.
I've already bought them 2 years in a row.
All right, family. It's time.
I was
Get on
going to
board
say
if
we
you're
got to get them to
watching.
listen.
Support.
We got to get them to listen.
So as we wrap up this section, we're all got our jingle bells on. We're ready for the Christmas
Yes.
season. In the midst of all of this busyness, hustle, as we all go back to our families, right? As our students go back to whatever situation they're in, what is one way that we can be reminding ourselves of the true reason for this season?
I do an Advent thing leading up to Christmas. I've done it for a long time. It helps prepare your heart, and then you're so ready to celebrate. So we do that as a family in the midst of it now.
And very similar, our church does it, and so we just kind of follow along with that. But then I also make sure that everybody in my family, we buy things for other people. We contribute to other people because, we're so blessed. And so, and even though it's great, but I even want my grandkids to learn that we want to give. So right now we're packing the things together for other people.
That's great.
Yeah, I think it was different in different seasons. So we had kids growing up. We wanted them to understand the power of giving, and so there's some things that we did together as a family to give. But I would say Molly and I were talking in Advent. It was something I had never really just kind of celebrated and followed.
Yeah.
And so we kind of made that decision. That's where we're going this year, and this idea of the coming
Yeah.
and really just asking God, prepare my heart.
Yeah.
That we could appreciate and be aware of your presence throughout. But I'm outside of Scripture, to me, I'm not sure there's any clearer picture of the love of God than the family.
Oh,
and,
yes.
and
Yeah.
just really opening up those family moments. So in our prayer time, we pray, man, God, just let this be the sweetest sense of your presence when we're all in the room together. And it's going to sound like laughter. It's going to feel like stories. It's going to be that moment you look across the room and you just go, man, God, thank you
Yeah.
for the family. So that's kind of,
I love that.
Yeah.
All that preparation is
Yes.
for that moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's the
That's
memories.
huge.
It's making the memories.
Yeah.
That's really what it's all about.
Yep. So if you're, students, staff, faculty, as you're heading into the season, just take that with you, right? Like just think about how can you lean into these seasons? How can we have those moments? Take time to slow down. If there was ever a time of year, right, to slow your life pace down, now is it. So encourage you with that. Thank you guys so much for joining us for SEU Now, the Christmas special, the final one of the semester. Chris, Meghan, Sylvia, thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us today. And so much fun talking about all the holiday traditions. We wish everyone an amazing end of their fall semester. We'll see you at
Yes.
graduation.
Yes.
Have a
Yes.
Merry
Merry
Christmas,
Christmas.
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right. See you guys.
Bye-bye.